Hello everyone. Today let me start with the resolving power. What do you mean by resolving power? See, if I am writing a two very close lines here, you see that this is the two, it is not a two lines. You can argue with me that it is a single line, correct? So similarly, if I use this number, say something like this. See, they are closely lying. You cannot distinguish this whether this is R3 or this is 123 or it is what B3 or something else. So it is English R3 or something like that. What is this? So if they are separate enough, then you can distinguish that as 123, correct? So resolution means it is just a clarity. You can have heard that in mobile also, how much resolution for the camera, all this, correct? So it depends on clarity. So that means you should clearly identify the objects. For that they should be with a some similar gap between that, then only I can identify that. So what do you mean by resolving resolution? Means it is the ability of an optical instrument to show the two close objects as separate or spectral lines as separate. Why I am using this word spectral lines as separate? See, for telescope and microscope, we think of two closely lying objects which should appear as two separate. Even for eye also you can do that, because eye is also one of an optical instrument, correct? But in the case of grating spectra, or in the case of diffraction grating and the prism, we will be think of spectral lines. See, if this is a one spectral line, if there is a resolving power, high good enough resolving power for grating spectra, then this line will be turned out into two. So this type of this is give rise to a fine structure. You may learn about fine structure even in atomic spectra, something like that, correct? So see, if the first line is corresponding to the wavelength lambda, then the second line will be corresponding to the wavelength d lambda. Spectral lines are mainly the characteristics of the wavelength. So if there are very small gap wavelength lambda and d lambda, those can be stated as two separate spectral lines. One is for lambda and another one is for lambda plus d lambda. That means there is a gap of just a small wavelength difference, d lambda, correct? So in the case of grating and prism, spectral lines are appears to be separate, but in the case of telescope and microscope, two closely lying objects are appeared as separate. Okay. See, you can, and there is a limit for resolution for any optical instrument. If you can't understand this statement, you can understand like this: the minimum distance between two objects to seen it as just separated is called limit of resolution. And of course, resolving power is inversely proportional to the limit of resolution. Why? Because see, if there are a two person, okay, just imagine there are two objects which are having a gap of say 1 centimeter apart, or I can take 1 millimeter apart, and there is another person. So here it is a gap of say 0.5 millimeter apart. That means if this person sees these two pair, he cannot identify this as separate objects, because he can only identify the least possible to identify any two objects with a gap of 1 millimeter as two separate objects. If it is just zero point 0.5, he cannot identify, but he can identify both the pair of objects which is with a gap of 1 millimeter and a pair of objects which is a gap of 0.5 millimeter. Then what you will say? This person has a greater resolving power, correct? That means, see here, what is the minimum distance between the objects? 0.5. Lesser the minimum distance, that is lesser the limiting resolution or limit of resolution, greater will be the resolving power. So that is why I can write resolving power is inversely proportional to the limit of resolution. Okay. See, Next, we should be concentrate on the Rayleigh's criteria. See, someone will say if two objects are like this, then I can say, if two objects are like this, then I will say that they are separated. If two objects are like this, then also I will say just as separated. So now what is the criteria to identify them as a separated thing or just resolved or it is appeared as distinct means that is given by Rayleigh's criteria. According to him, he explained everything in the form of a diffraction pattern. If there is a diffraction pattern corresponding to lambda and corresponding to d lambda, if the principal maxima of a first pattern will falls on the first minima of the another diffraction pattern, then the objects are said to be just resolved. Okay, see what is the condition, Rayleigh criteria condition: when the principal maxima of one diffraction pattern falls on the first minimum of other diffraction pattern, then the two close objects are said to be just resolved. Okay, so this is the condition for Rayleigh. Why he is explaining in the form of a diffraction pattern, but I am thinking of two objects. See, you may ask me, see, can I see all the ways diffraction pattern? Yes, it is so. See, for example, if you consider even a single common lens like convex lens, if this is the object point, immediately you will say this point as image point, but actually around this image point there is a minima, first minima, and then first secondary maxima, dark lines, and this is secondary minima, something like diffraction pattern is there, but we will be concentrating only on the principal maxima. So we say that if this is the object, this will be the image. No, image will be in the form of diffraction pattern only. If there are two objects, then the pattern will be like this. So how can I say when two objects are distinct apart? That means when two objects are just resolved when the principal maxima of one diffraction pattern falls on the first minima or first minima of the other diffraction pattern. That is what the Rayleigh criteria says. Okay, here you observe this is the diffraction pattern, its principal maxima here. See, it is falling on the this one falling on the second minima. See, he asked only for first minima. What about second minima? First, greater than first minima, anything is fine, but lesser than first minima, it is considered as not resolved. Okay, so either it should fall exactly on first minima or greater than first minima to the second minima to the third minima, everything is considered as resolved. So of course this will give you a very clear distinct image, so I can consider this as distinctly resolved. Okay, but here it is considered as not resolved. Okay, so very simple idea is why it is not resolved. For example, if I am seeing this object, so here also I am getting a principal maxima point, so I will get a bright point, here also bright point, here also bright, here also bright, here also bright, everything is appeared like a bright, there is no distinction, correct? But here if I come like, if I am observing this pattern, this is bright, this is bright, this is bright, this is bright, here some little darkness is there, okay, and little, very little, then what happens, again the bright thing will come, so I can appear this as just resolved. But here completely bright point, completely darkness, bright point, and again darkness continues, so it is distinctly or very clearly resolved. So this is about the Rayleigh criteria for how to identify the diffraction pattern of two closely lying objects as just resolved. Okay, so by the idea of this Rayleigh criteria, now our job is to find the expression for the resolving power of the diffraction grating. So you know that in the case of grating we will see two spectral lines as separate. So if you want to separately define the resolving power for the diffraction grating, I can define like this. It is defined as the ability to resolve two nearby spectral lines as separate lines. So I can define mathematically it is defined as the ratio of wavelength of any spectral line to the difference in wavelength between this line and a and a neighboring line such that two lines are just revolved. Know that neighboring line is having a very small wavelength difference. That is, if this is lambda, this will be lambda plus d lambda. Correct? So you have to take the subtraction. Therefore, this ratio is considered as resolving power. But in the case of telescope, we will consider 1 over d theta as the resolving power. See, all these formulas, and for microscope it is different. For microscope, for grating, for prism, and for telescope, something like that. Situationally, we will define different mathematical definitions for different optical instruments, because these mathematical definitions are obtained by the idea of Rayleigh criteria only. But I am not going to explain why lambda by d lambda is considered as resolving power for diffraction grating and 1 over d theta is considered as resolving power for telescope. So it is basically on the idea of Rayleigh criteria and this formula. Resolving power is inversely proportional to the limit of resolution. By using these two ideas, I can get this mathematical definitions for different optical instrument. So for grating, so this is the mathematical definition, that is, it is the ratio of lambda to d lambda. That is, it is defined as the ratio of wavelength of any spectral line to the difference in wavelength of this line and the neighboring line. So if the neighboring line is lambda plus d lambda, then this will be lambda plus d lambda minus lambda, and in the numerator lambda is there. Therefore, this is considered as the ratio lambda to d lambda. So anyway, how to derive this? So these are the spectral lines. So I am considering this is for the principal zero order principal maxima, but I will consider the arbitrary case for nth order. Okay, so this is the principal maxima corresponding to lambda, and this dotted one will corresponding to lambda plus d lambda. So we have to write the principal maxima of 1 should fall on the first minima of dotted, and the principal maxima of dotted should fall on the first minima of this thick line. Okay, you have to write in that way. And the corresponding angle of diffraction, this is considered as theta, and this is d theta will be there. So for lambda plus d lambda, total diffraction angle will be theta plus d theta. Okay, since it is the that condition for nth order principal maxima. So here I am writing for the thick line, that is for the lambda line, that can be written as a plus b sin theta is equal to n lambda. Similarly, for lambda plus d lambda line, I can write a plus b sine of, because here the angle of diffraction is theta plus d theta into n of lambda plus d lambda. So if I multiply capital N for the above equation, then I will get n into, and here n into this term. I will call this as equation number 1. Okay, sorry, this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. You know that where the lambda plus d lambda's principal maxima will appear, there the thick line, that is lambda's first minima will appear at the same point. So I can write the first minima condition, that is, what is the condition for minima in the case of grating? You already derived this. You go back to your notes and check. N into capital N into a plus b into sine of theta plus d theta, because here the angle should be considered at that minima point. The total angle will be theta plus d theta. Theta plus d theta is equal to m lambda. Okay, so where m can take any values from 1, 2, 3, etc. n minus 1, but not n. It can take n plus 1. And then 2n it can take, but not 2n minus 1 and 2n it cannot take 2n, but it can take 2n minus 1 and 2n plus 1. Similarly, if I continue like this, it cannot take n into capital N value, but it can take n into n minus 1 and n into n plus 1. So I am considering the last possible value, that is n into n plus 1. Okay, let me consider m as n into n plus 1, because here I am considering the nth order, last order. So here I will be considering the last possible value, that is n into n plus 1. Okay, so if I substitute that in the above equation as the m value, then I will write, so n into n plus 1 into lambda, I will call this as equation 3. See, in equation 3 and equation 2, LHS is same. See, here are to n into a plus b sine of theta plus d theta. Here also n into a plus b sine of theta plus d theta. So I can compare the RHS. If I compare the RHS, then I can write like this. So n into n of lambda plus d lambda must be equal to n lambda plus lambda after multiplying. So this after multiplying will be n lambda plus capital N small n d lambda, and here this term and this term get cancelled, so only we are having n d lambda and lambda, because I want this ratio, because this is the resolving power for a grating. So if I take the ratio lambda by d lambda, that will be n into n. So this is the expression for the resolving power of grating. Okay, similarly I have to concentrate on the resolving power of telescope. Here it is same definition to understand. This is the definition to understand, and this is the mathematical definition. It is defined as the ability to resolve two nearby objects as just resolved or distinct. Okay, so mathematically it is defined as the reciprocal of the smallest angle subtended at the objective of the telescope by the distant objects when seen as separate in the telescope. So that is, it is the reciprocal of the smallest angle subtended at the object, that is 1 over d theta is the mathematical expression for resolving power of telescope. How I can define? By using the idea of Rayleigh criteria as well as the basic idea, that is resolving power is inversely proportional to limit of resolution. Okay, I am not going to that detail now. I am just considering 1 over d theta. So if I write a diagram like this, so this is the objective lens of the telescope. So there are two objects, two very far away objects are there. Okay, with a, if they are having a small separation, I can extend, there is a small angle. See, if I am like this, see, if two objects are like this, okay, you will be have the angle like this at the eyepiece, if this is your eye lens. Okay, if the objects are same with a very small separation, then what happens? You will get the angle like this. Okay, and similarly if this is still some, then what happens? You will get the angle like this. See what happens? Angle goes on decreases at the same eye value. Correct? So if this is very far away, it will subtend a very small angle d theta. Since it is a converging lens, O will converge as a image I and O dash will converge as an image I dash. So if I want to use the Rayleigh criteria, see, I dash is the principal maxima. So for this image, and I is the principal maxima. This point, I point corresponds to principal maxima of I, and I dash point corresponds to principal maxima of I dash. Okay, so if I use the Rayleigh criteria, principal maxima of I will have the same position for the first minima of I dash. Similarly, at the principal maxima of I dash, there will be a first minima of I is there. Okay, according to Rayleigh criteria. See, if this is the angle d theta,